up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 198 here on Season 1. And today we are getting into my 2018 setup for Robinhood. So last year was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a lot of fine-tuning with the portfolio over there. I had to do that in order to grab a pretty substantial, stable growth over the last couple of months. So the first probably 6 months I was really testing a whole lot of different ideas out. Moving on into the later on in the year, September, October, November, and December, I finally started to see the returns of which I had set myself up for. So I'm super stoked about that. I also, last year, I had to work through a lot of issues with swing trading. I used one stock picker that didn't work so well, and then I just recently converted over to a different swing trading stock picker that I actually like, and that gave me pretty consistent returns over the course of the last 4 months. So I plan on keeping that one, applying the same principles that I use to swing trading and using those stocks that they pick, so that way I don't got to go look for my own. However, in 2018, I do plan on starting to look for my own swing trading setups. But for right now, this is all the time that I have, and so it just makes it easier to go off of somebody else's basically picks or whatever. And since I am having a lot more steady growth with my swing trades, I'm looking for a pretty substantial growth going into the 2018 year. We'll see exactly how that looks, but I definitely think that 2018 I'll get a lot better growth than I did in 2017. About 6 months ago, I came out with the idea of having different categories in my portfolio of different percentages. For instance, I have long-term holds, gold and silver, ETFs, dividend stocks, swing trading, REITs, bonds, and that kind of thing. So I came up with that idea, and I came up with my own percentages, and it was about 6 months ago that I instituted that. And finally now, I think since I instituted that, my Robinhood account during that time leveled off, and then I started to see a rise in my account. So I think that also has to do with the steep rise that's going on in my Robinhood account right now. Though this year in 2018, I plan on adding more. I plan on adding percentages to the stocks that are in that category, and I'll explain that on the screen here in a little bit. But I plan on adding basically percentages to those actual stocks and not just the actual category that exists. So within each category, it'll have one ETF, except for the ETF category, that'll have obviously 5 of them. And then all the percentages as of right now for each different stock or ETF will be set at the exact same percentage in that category. So for instance, if it's supposed to be 20%, because I have 5 in each category, so it would be 20% in each of them. So on the screen, it will make a ton more sense. Looking into the new year, I might set it up with a sliding scale based upon performance, but I don't think I'll institute this right away, and it might never need to be instituted. This is just an idea of if it doesn't work out with having those percentages all the same, then looking at doing a sliding scale, so that way I can get more into winning stocks and less into the losing ones or whatever. But let's go ahead and take a look at the account. So this is pretty much the main screen that I use for almost everything. This is where I live for my stock market trades and that kind of thing. Right now I have $1,800 or $1,080 in my account. Actually, I just broke 1,100 a day. These are a lot of my swing trades. The one that say delete are going to be my swing trades, so on and so forth. And then these are the ones that I'm looking at getting into. On the percentages though, right here, this is the most important thing, I think. So I got 5% allocated to REITs, 5% into bonds, and then 33% into swing trading, 25% into dividends. And so some of these percentages I am going to adjust moving into 2018. I'm looking at gold and silver, dropping them down to probably about 5%. Just because I hold so much everywhere else as well. Turning up ETFs probably to about 15%, and then also turning up bonds as well to probably about 10 to 15% also. But what I'm talking about with the category, so it would be this idea right here. So this is the dividend category, but split up between the different the different stocks that I own. So I got SCHD, CRF, CLM, IPR, and then I got an open one that I can add there, and I can allocate $54 into that one. However, right now, overall, I need to sell $12. So I got to wait until I can basically buy in. And IIPR, I need to sell about $112 to rebalance my account just for that category. Same thing goes for precious metals. I got to sell about $43 of TRX, but I do need to buy Actually, I do need to sell a little bit, so I could sell some of that right there. And same thing with long-term holds, so I hope that that makes sense. Basically, what I'll do is I'll do 5 stocks in each category. One will be an ETF, and then move on from there. And I hope that moving forward that works out. I do plan on also coming out with another video where I specifically talk about my swing trading strategy and how I utilize that stock picker in order to swing trade, get what I think is pretty good profits on that. And then I'll also dive into how I pick my long-term stocks, my dividend stocks, and ETFs and gold and silver and that kind of thing as well, bonds and REITs. So that's pretty much my goals for 2018. I look forward to doubling my account. Last year at this time, I was at $6 or $593, and today, a little bit probably a little bit less than double, but I look to double it again. I think that would be awesome, and I think that that's definitely an achievable goal. That would be including my monthly contributions as well. So let's go ahead and wrap it up right there. Let's go ahead and dive into the question of the day, which is, if I find an animal in the wild dead, can I keep it for its fur or skeleton? So, if it's dead, I feel like it's not really useful to anybody anymore. I don't know why you would want to wear another animal's fur on you besides to keep you warm, but we don't need fur anymore, to be honest. We can develop pretty much synthetic fur that looks and feels almost exactly the same. However, if it was a need to need basis and you actually needed fur, then I don't see why it would be necessarily wrong. But again, it's dead, and so what it's going to do there is just decompose. And so if you're willing to use it, I think that recycling would be more of what the term is. Anyways, if you guys have any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, as well as general investing advice, business, Etsy, coaching, post those questions down below, and I will try to get them on the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe up here and check out my Robinhood Recap November edition. Check out this other video right here. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.